Continuity of that starting five. New York turns a clean look. And
Tina game.
Ionescu at Barclays as Clark able to. Laney Hamilton bumps off a nice look from Clark, and Smith will put up the three. And Smith lays it in. Cut off by Ionescu and gets as Boston. Ionescu nearly an all-star a season ago. Mitchell basketball. How about this pace? And
Presence of Kelsey Mitchell on the floor.
yeah, Vandersloot will plop a three. Cutting between the double, and Ionescu can't lay it in. And it will stay with New York. Rebecca, it was 4 games. Clark.
Saw a drive, we saw
Cup handle out of bounds. Last hit here is going to go shoot it. And they retained Kelsey Mitchell the first couple of games. Now in camp, they had none of that time. Vandersloot a three. You bet. Mitchell racing inside. Both surrounded Clarkston. Jones separate. And that's going to be here. In fact, Benley. You almost had to look like, all right, if you guys want to run for New York, Clark. Stewart using her side.
Good contest by Laney.
20 Jones fading away over
Uncle Jones.
the ruling on
Been the case here today. Thursday.
Stewart gets fouled at LA, and then Saturday on CBS. Probably Boston fading and
Guys, but not Stewart or John Paul Jones.
Stewart, not that deep three. Yeah! Wallace's jumper way up. Saw last year. So Steph Curry at NBA All-Star Weekend.
Hey, I'm Boston.
Marianne's just
The first rookie to ever lead the league. She said the players put out there the focus.
no surprise back into the last offense.
3 seconds left. Cuts inside. Super. This is Chat with Holly Rowe.
Those early possessions where they were.
Hamilton barging inside.
Players went to the perimeter on the roll.
Clark has 4 of them. Tate Burke will fire a 3. It was Mitchell, Alyssa Smith, and then Thiebish for New York.
Bench. This has such an incredible
WNBA. Her play over.
As Mitchell blurs to the bucket. Clark's pass a little. Oh, nice give and go of New York. Hamilton another chance. She
offensive glass when these teams met on.
Rebounds were giving up. As Van Jones cut it.
Like when they walk in carrying their signature.
Here's Boston. Bangs in. Can't lay it home. Katie Lou Samuelson got grabbed. And backdoor. Clark on the other end. Back Benley could attack.
Run over and score in slutty lip though on the backdoor cut. I think
On Boston a deep 2. Won't go.
Laney Hamilton is out.
Was it?
It was. And
Clark cut from the floor. Alone and done. Clark has 3. Oh, great looks.
first half. Basketball going to her left, stepping.
But we're going to have 2 W's at this time of this. Our assets are going up. That now was the time to exchange yesterday. The stock is at the longest tenured women's professional sports. All right. Thanks so much, Mitch. The stock.
She'll hoist it up. Katie Lou Samuelson late.
Has a lot of work to do to improve. He's
Up there.
no, and this has been a really physical.
Jokic will hoist a 3. And Katie Lou Samuelson drives it. Jokic another 3. No. Benley lays it in.
Caitlin always with her head up.
In fact, Benley, Stewart, the QR code to download now and catch the taking a deep one. Double figures.
Yeah, Sabali just needs
For the first half.
at 9 field goal attempts. She needs
1 to shoot. Boston has to put it up. Vandersloot to shoot. Stewart elevates. Here's an Alyssa Smith. Denialson on the attack. Can't fillet it home. Katie Lou Samuelson.
look at a 3.
In New York City as Vanders corner Laney Hamilton.
Chris Brickley, among others.
Clock fading. Great look. And straight on 3 is good. Shoulder silly Miss Lily. Ionescu. Not that time. Katie Lou Samuelson misses race. Alyssa in, lays it off. Alyssa Smith gets nearly confidence. Not sure the answer to the layup. Boston puts it.
Brianna Stewart and John Paul.
And as Holly talked about. Rims in with fouling.
In Great Britain, her home country. She's
comes in with Lynx.
That all 5 starters. Seen that a couple of times. Stewart can't. Her defender pulls up in it.
A really good feel for when she
in front, 2:42 to go in the third.
First touchdown. Here we go. Let's go.
the timeout. That's a victory.
Serves in for New York. And
Players that have played with her. She said, my friend teammates here in the crowd. I'm very excited that they can.
Clark zips it in fact.
Holly is the assist.
Hollis lets it fly.
You have to throw it up a little higher sometimes.
To get it into Boston and a foul. To a great start this season. What we've seen from Ty Harris, Connecticut, and Sabali. Vandersloot's 3. Smith on the attack, lumbers in, looking for an angle. Sabali. Benaja Laney Hamilton doing it on both.
You called the timeout.
We had to get tougher.
All right, connected this group has been all. As Stewart gets called for the offense.
And off the floor.
Wheeler.
Run the floor the way they can at the WN. Once she learns how.
Stewie. They're up next on ABC as Laney Hamilton is going to be called on Boston and Stewart. Liberty and the 2-0 Lynx. Yeah, really talented front. This game is 8 of 14 from the floor. Corner Smith on a Hamilton will take. Hey! Wow! Evie, my 2-year-old daughter was happy. Joe. Here's Boston.
It's coming out here at Barclays, right?
The Liberty brought in over $2 million blessing for the New York Liberty.
Jones, once she did, she was out New York to begin this season. Lady Lou Samuelson, drained. Benaja Laney Hamilton will step aside at a young age. Let's say that about Diddy. She would join some third game from Clark, no doubt the game in this early part of the season. Mitchell, a wide open wing 3. Beebish, Wallace will. New York with a 17-point. We've seen her obvious. Austin turns and flips. Muscles inside and fit. That'll be the 14th foul. Clark off on a there, and it'll.
The desire maybe to play with some.
Yeah, you would think certainly a place that free agents would consider. And then the flip inside with the 75%. Daughter, Aaliyah. By New York, Indiana basketball. Hey, Holly.
I know that he is also a Caitlin Clark super fan.
Oscar award-winning, how much he's been around the women's game. Obviously, Ted takes the 3 and drain it. And Eastern will have that game for you. 6 rebounds for Clark as well. Clark with versus last. She talked about the chemistry and continuity of that starting 5. Vanescu. And she stepped out of bounds. New York. Turn off to Mitchell. Gets a clean look. And
Indiana fever in scoring a season ago at 18 a game.
Ionescu. Crowd on a string at Barclays as Clark able to.
Gave her a little space to get to the rim.
Laney Hamilton bumps off of
her experience and maturity.
Nice look from Clark and Smith. Stewart will put up the 3 beautifully, and Smith lays it in. Was unable to hit. Mitchell then gets cut off by Ionescu, and the pressure that comes with the attention that Caitlin gets as Boston. And then Melissa Smith throws away the inbound. Ionescu nearly. Here's Mitchell. An all-star a season ago. Mitchell, he stepped out of bounds. It'll be New York basketball. How about this pace in
games and the start of this one here for Indiana is just the presence of Kelsey Mitchell on the floor.
Yeah. Beating Vandersloot. Vandersloot will plop a 3.
Behind those screens, hitting shots.
How about Clark cutting between the double and
with Sloot, kind of dared her to shoot.
Ionescu can't lay it in to the corner. There's Clark knocking it away, and it will stay with 5. Vandersloot and Ionescu have each hit a 3. We saw this building last season, Rebecca. It was on to the finals before the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games. Clark, nascent career of Caitlin Clark.
Saw a drive, we saw a couple.
Backdoor, Vandersloot couldn't handle, out of bounds, last hit.
Delaney.
And a whistle here is going to go 1 free throw. Anybody on their team could shoot it. And they retain, mentioned it Rebecca not having Kelsey Mitchell the first couple of games. Now Mitchell got hurt at the very beginning of training camp. They had none of that time. And it's from Clark. Here's Vandersloot at three. You bet it anyway. Here's Clark. Mitchell racing inside. You have Lainey Hamilton and Stewart both surrounded Clark. Jones one-on-one with Boston. Jones separate her hand to separate. And that's going to be Clark goes to the corner. Good movement here. Benley. She was left alone in the corner and almost had to look like, all right, if you guys want
reason, they're too deadly from behind the arc.
An 11-0 run for New York. Clark, she guarded by Clark. Stewart using her side.
To get out on her, and then Caitlin. Wow, that was a really good contest by Laney.
On his last 8. 20. Here's Jones fading away over. Will they count it?
Continue to keep an eye on that battle with Aaliyah Boston and John Cole Jones. The ruling on the second, and the ball was not delivered to her. That hasn't been the case here today. That was a teardown right there, Ryan.
The taxes aren't worth it.
Posting up Katie Lou Samuelson when they played New York on Thursday.
Stewart gets fouled at Phoenix, Friday on Ion, Indiana at LA, and then Saturday on CBS. Here's Boston. Boston trying to take Sabali. Boston fading and
Jones a brand of Stewart. Sabali has good size, but not Stewart or John Paul Jones.
New York shooting it at 78.5%. Stewart, not that ends of the floor. Here's Ionescu, deep three, in for Indiana. Wallace's jumper way up. Saw last year, a fantastic showdown with Steph Curry at NBA All-Star Weekend.
Because this is a natural basketball
the previous
move.
Play on Boston.
Her hands just
was the first rookie to ever lead the league. Sides about that and the expectations for this year. And she said the players put out there. You know, I was just going to say improve each day and make that the focus.
Caitlin, no surprise, back into the last offense.
Plus 2, passes out of it. Mitchell with 3 seconds left, cuts inside. Sides. Super. Smith. This is 10 points, 3 assists, and now a chat with Holly Rowe.
They're getting them in transition as well. We've got to find shooters. Those early possessions where they were
Barclays Center. Here's Lainey Hamilton barging inside.
There because Sabali was wide open. Both players went to the perimeter on the roll.
Indiana has turned it over 7 times. Clark has 4 of them. The crossover. Looking to take Burke. Will fire a 3. It was Benley, Hull, Mitchell, Alyssa Smith. And then Thiebish for New York.
Season, first post off the bench. Has such an incredible
First time she has been able to play since she entered the WNBA. Her play over.
Because when you look at their roster construction, as Mitchell blurs to the bucket internally, if she could improve, that'd be great. Clark's pass a little gets blocked by Sabali. Here's Vandersloot. Oh, nice give and go. 18-0 in fast break points in favor of New York. Grab it. Here's Lainey Hamilton, another chance.
New York did an
Wheeler looking to get it into Boston and a foul. And the Fever, the Sun, 2-0. Off to a great start this season. He and Bree Jones and DeWanna Bonner. What we've seen from Ty Harris, Connecticut. Liberty lead cut to 15 and Sabali 3. Vandersloot's 3. Off it up Lee. Possession stays alive. Smith on the attack. Lumbers in. Seconds left in the quarter. Sabali looking for an angle. Sabali boost off the bench this season for New York. Benijah Lainey Hamilton doing it on both.
well. We're playing unselfish basketball. That's when we're at our best.
You called the timeout.
Or too many easy stuff, lack of communication. We had to get tougher.
All right. She said she also has just loved how connected this group has been all season. They're already on book number 2 as Stewart gets called for the offense.
On being intellectually connected on and off the floor.
McNobles.
I have those memorized.
Wheeler.
Again, just when you watch bigs run the floor the way they can at the WN. You mentioned it early in this game, though. Benley, once she learns how they run that hard end to end.
Stewie They're up next on ABC. As here's Vandersloot into the corner. Lainey Hamilton before the follow is going to be called on Boston, and Stewart
looks energized, has legs, certainly fit.
And in LA, Saturday on CBS, you have the Liberty and the 2-0 Lynx.
The bigs of the New York Liberty.
Yeah, really talented front assist for Caitlin Clark in this game is 8 of 14 from the floor. Between the double, feeds Wheeler into the corner. Smith, who thought about it. Lainey Hamilton will take. And the New York starters have been terrific. Yeah, you know, when Evie, my 2-year-old daughter, was having Joe for post-game where she can hang out with Aunt Holly. Here's Boston.
Stars always coming out here at Barclays, right?
And guys, what's really exciting about this, sources tell me that the Liberty brought in over $2 million out our Indiana Fever people. So what a blessing for the New York Liberty.
New nursery rhymes that are just happy.
Jones, shape getting flow after she had hurt. Once she did, she was. And I think that's something that's just stood out about New York to begin this season. Katie Lou Samuelson, drain. Hollis got a hand on it. Benaja Lainey Hamilton, good hands by Wheeler to tip it out of bounds. Will step aside.
Of her career.
Exactly. And has accomplished so much at a young age. Could say that about Dick Clark was to hit another 3. She would join this season to join them. This just the 3rd game from Clark. No doubt the games
where they've looked the best that they have in this early part of the season.
Clark gives it up. Mitchell, a wide open wing 3 for Kelsey Mitchell, her first start of the year. Thiebish, 7 to shoot. Wallace will on the floor. 3:39 to go in the 4th. New York with a 17-point. Stewart just looks so quick. We've seen her obviously
in prime shape, it looks like.
Boston turns and flips. Sabali muscles inside and that'll be the 4th team foul. 4 threes for Sabrina Ionescu and 5 assists. Clark off on a and Thiebish kind of collide there, and it'll still
the attention the team is getting this year and the desire maybe to play with some.
Boston blocks Sabali. Yeah, you would think certainly at second that it would be a place that free agents would consider. Off the deflection from Sabali, the Oregon connection, and then the flip inside. Them do it at a historic level last year with the 75%. Adorable daughter, Aaliyah. Quarters. That's thrown out of bounds by New York. Indiana basketball.
Where they had some really good possessions.
Hey, Holly.
The Liberty, as he should be. But I know that he is also a Caitlin Clark super fan.
That's right. Sitting with Oscar award-winning, but we've gotten to know Jason a little bit.